What's up guys, it's me Hunter Gunslinger here, back with a brand new video. Today I'm going to be discussing the Crucible that really sucks for a lot of people. Now, I'm not a big fan of the 4-on-4 concept for the Crucible. That is my major concern so far when it comes to Destiny when the full game comes out September 6th. Now, 4-on-4 tends to work in Countdown, but as far as Control, it is not the best scenario. Now, this is from a Reddit user, Bubba Maximus 47. He says, unless you're a god tier player, someone is leaving a 4-on-4 cause they just can't stand to lose, or whatever the death sentence may be. 5 versus 6 was durable, but 4-on-3 doesn't work. It would be fine if a new player would come in quickly to replace it, but often then now it stays at 4-on-3, even 4-on-2 for the rest of the match. Now that is a big concern in Bungie's retrospect. They need to really fix that. I think they need to go back to the 6-on-6 format in the Control part. The rest of the, I guess the PvP playlist they can do on 4-on-4 comp set, but as far as Control, you need a 6-person type of team to really help you out. Now the 4-on-4 matches has been really fair to me. Been having a lot of fun times, but I can give the Control a C+ at this point. Now the reason why I give the Control a C+ at this point is because of the 4-on-4 format is not really working. Everything else in the PvP area really works. Now a lot of people said that they are fine with just one super per match or per game because it feels more balanced. Not everybody depends on their, their supers or their grenade kills a lot. And I kind of noticed that in some of the PvP matches as far as Control, that a lot of people don't use their grenades and it just have to depend on straight up gunfight. Now a lot of the creators on the YouTube community and even on Twitch, Reddit, or whatever you get your sources from even kind of confirm that they like the whole setup, but they just don't like how the 4-on-4 setup is because 99% of the time those matches are never fair. There's been times where I be in matches where it's just, it's like, why? Sometimes I come in matches they're like 55-10. And sometimes Lord Shaxx has to end those games really quickly because there's no point of coming back. Like, you can't come back from that shit. But these are what people are saying underneath the articles. And it says, I love the beta, but this is going to ruin PvP if Bungie lets it. This is why penalties should be a thing in Destiny 2. Like being unable to acquire items from PvP for a certain time, just banned from PvP for a bit. Just as long as you punish them enough to make people not to quit all the time. If you quit a match, you shouldn't be banned for a day. It don't make any sense to ban people for that because they quit a match. There's been times where people don't even quit a match, it's just that the servers just kick them out of that match. And there's been times in Destiny 1 where I'd be winning in matches, and the server just automatically kicks me out. That's not the person's fault that, they left the match. Sometimes it's the server. So Bungie can't really ban people for leaving. If the person can't finish the match or something went wrong or something wrong in between, they probably have to leave those matches. So I can completely understand where people are coming from on that, but penalizing somebody for just leaving a match don't make any sense. I mean, that's kind of stupid. I mean, I think you should penalize people that sits in the corner all the freaking day and just wait for somebody passes by. I think that should be a penalty there, but that's just my opinion. And this one person said it doesn't have much to do with 5 versus 6 or 4 versus 3. It's more because Destiny 2 beta is all about team shooting. So you have one person down because the opposing side will have too much of advantage now. I totally agree with you though. Not only would this be an issue with deserters, but also solo players matching up against Fireteam. Even if in 4-on-4 pre-mades will have a huge advantage in Destiny 2, even more so in Destiny 1. It's a part of a flaw in Countdown though. If you're 3 versus 3 both teams, you can still get 4 revives, and since the revives are limited in general wise, the wait time is long, and the total amount of revives for some reason goes down with the death and not the actual revives. I feel like the mode should function similarly to the Gears of War, where there's a pool of lives intended for 1 each person. 3 versus 4 wouldn't be bad with an extra life involved if lives also held in the available mode. Now a lot of people are talking about the whole countdown thing, the whole revive thing. Some people are not really used to that. Like I said, countdown's mostly for like you and your buddies, you and your fire team to go against other people. As far as Control, you can play Control by yourself or you can play Control with a clan team. It really depends on you. This person had mentioned something. RB1875. He said, I hope Bungie's matchmaking algorithms are more effective at putting solos with solos and teams with teams in Destiny 2 than they have in Destiny 1. That is a really cool suggestion. If they can really do that, put solo players versus solo players, it'd be fine. If you put solo players against teams, I can tell you right now, you're gonna get annihilated. And I've been through matches where I got annihilated by clan members. And I always want to push that subject where solo players versus solo players, teams versus teams, and I think everything would be balanced out. But we're talking about Bungie here, okay? Bungie listens to people, fix little certain tweaks, and go from there. I don't know if you guys ever really noticed that, but game developers, they say they listen to their, their gamers, they listen to their, the customers, but 99% of the time they don't listen to you. They just fix what they need to fix to make you happy and just go on their daily lives. They don't give a shit about you because they know for a fact our dumbasses is still gonna buy the game eventually. We always do. Same thing with Call of Duty. We're like, oh, we're never buying Call of Duty. Here comes World War II. Oh, I'm definitely buying it. Oh, we're never buying Destiny again. Oh shit, Destiny 2 coming out. Oh, I'm never buying Madden. And we end up buying those games. So Bungie does listen to their their customers a lot, but not really. But that is, a cool suggestion. And someone says, I hope Bungie's matchmaking algorithms are more effective in putting solo with solo. I think Lazarus says matchmaking in beta was that they can expect a final build. So yikes. I feel like Destiny 2's Bungie team has been in the bubble making two all with the while these PvP issues have been a long running in the community. The fact that they don't think of those before releasing sucks big time, which is kind of true. This person says, ND Kane, he says it's a lot to do with the fact that the 4-4 down instead of 6-6. A simple way to think about it would be comparing to 9 to 10 versus 1 versus 2. When there are fewer players, the disadvantage of being a player down is more, more, what's he said? I didn't even catch what he says. He says being a player down is more effective, okay? Plus, a higher in taking king, longer ability cooldowns, weaker abilities, limited power weapons, make it more outnumbered, nearly impossible to overcome. Yeah, that's kind of like a true statement. This person, Bubba Max 47, says, and I appreciate that they are going to be for more of teamwork based in PvP. I really do like that, but yeah, people are leaving early for whatever reason is going to be a big problem. Now, like I said, I came across a lot of matches where it was just 3 versus 4, and me and those people, we stick in it, and 99% of the time they put me with 3 versus 4 where it was like 72 to 30, and I was like, you guys shouldn't have been in this match a long time ago instead of just matchmaking that person. There's been times when the match got out of hand and they're just like, okay, we're gonna end this match. We can't have this team annihilating this team. We can't. I understand where a lot of people are coming from in this situation when it comes to PvP matches. Like I said, control sucks in some ways. They really need to fix it, meaning the matchmaking. The matchmaking is the biggest problem for them at this point. And the reason why I say that is because there's been times where we're just like 3 versus 4, and that's not a fair advantage. Like the person said in the Reddit comments, is that's not really fair for that person, because that person is going to end up leaving. And they have a really true statement, because that person's like, that's not fair advantage. Like, why would I want to stay with this team that has 3 versus 4? That's not a fair advantage. And Bungie needs to fix that once Destiny 2 gets released in September. That's a big issue that they really need to fix, especially in PvP. Now, it don't sucks all the way, but it kind of sucks in my eyes. I feel like Control should be like a 6 versus 6 type of matchup, because it was a little bit much easier and a little bit more competitive, if you want to put in that retrospect. But at this point, we don't know what Bungie's going to do. Bungie said they're going to stick to that plan, the 4-on-4 setup, because I don't know if they're going towards like esports type of thing. I know that Ghost Recon is going to have a 4-on-4 player matchup, and that's fitting for them because their whole matchmaking of that game was 4-on-4. The storyline and all that stuff was just a 4-on-4 concept. But as far as Bungie, their whole concept from the beginning was 6 versus 6. Now, if they did this earlier in 2014 and kind of tested out to see, and it's been fine. Now that they're switching over to basically 4-on-4, it's a little complicated because everybody's not fitting for that comp set, you know. And that one person said on the Reddit made a true statement, like, you know, you got solo players going against teams, going against clan members, and that's not a fair setting. I had a team, there was like 3 hunters, 1 warlock, and then there was like 2 warlocks and 2 titans. So there's been times where just like the whole matchmaking process is like kind of unbalanced in that kind of sense. So the matchmaking for the control definitely need to be fixed. At this point, I give control a C+. The reason why I give control a C+ because it has a lot of flaws and issues in their gaming setup. That's the reason why I give it a C+. They really need to fix some issues in their games. 4-on-4 comps that don't really fit that game, or 4-on-4 comps that don't really fit in Destiny. We're so used to the 6-on-6, and then we have Trials of Osiris where it was just, you know, 3-on-3. You know, that's Trials of Osiris. Countdown, yes, that is a fitting game for 4-on-4, but as far as control, it needs to be a 6-on-6 matchup in my eyes. I have a lot of fun with the control as a 4-on-4 setup, but like I said, there's been times where it's just like the 3 versus 4 is not a very fair setting. If you're gonna put a 3-person in that matchup, you might as well put a 3-person on the same side. That's not really a fair thing. Now, not to bring down control, you know, bad. Control has been fun. The mapping has been great, but a lot of people didn't like the mapping either. They hate the mapping. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry that you hate the mapping, but Bungie kind of make it easy where, you know, you get this and you get that instead of like section A on the other side and then section B all the way over here. They made it easy for you so you can capture those flags pretty quickly and make the game a little bit faster. So that's the reason why the map system is like that. But like I said in this video, as far as like control issues, they really need to fix their matchmaking. In my eyes, I think they need to go on a 6-on-4 setting, and I think everybody would be on the same page. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about control so far. It's been a fun matchup. The gunfighting is definitely fitting. You know, not too much supers being used, and that's the reason why I like control. Like I said, I give it a C+ because of the matchmaking issue. But let me know in the comment section down below what you think about control so far, and, you know, put your thoughts out there. Make nice thoughts and good thoughts, okay? Just don't really bash it and whatever. Just voice your opinion on what they need to fix in your eyes. Voice your opinion, start a conversation from here. Now, Guardians, I will be live streaming tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time, so I hope you guys check it out, or today, whatever region you are. I hope you guys see you there, and make sure you subscribe, like, and basically comment on these videos so you can enter your chance of getting the Destiny 2 giveaway that ends in September. My name is Hunter Gunslinger, and I will see you, Guardians, in my next post.